we are back, Pastor Jonathan and
Mr. Will.
And today we are at the house of the
Davises.
We are here at Mary Grace's house. She is on our zone worship team. She got no idea we're coming. Are you ready?
I was born ready.
Say hi to the zone.
Hi.
Hey, can we come in and can we use your kitchen to make a meal?
Yeah.
All right, let's go, guys. Let's do it. Come on. Okay, here we are in the kitchen of Mary Grace, and today we are making
Omelets.
oh, yummy.
And here's what you'll need. Eggs,
Milk,
seasoning,
cheese,
pan spray.
and bacon.
Boys and girls, I love eggs. They're yummy for breakfast. You can decorate them on Easter, and you can draw some faces on them sometimes, like I did here. You may not believe me, but I think these eggs are actually gonna help us learn something new and exciting about sharing. Buckle up, boys and girls, because this is a story straight from the Bible. Now, in the Old Testament book of Joshua, there was a leader named Joshua, or Josh for short. Boys and girls, how many out there, your name is Josh? Raise your hand. Okay, everybody say, hey, Josh. Cool. Now, Josh was the leader of the Israelites, and the Israelites were God's chosen people, and here was Josh's mission. He was gonna lead the Israelites into the land that God had promised for them. So here's what Joshua did. He got together two of his sneakiest Israelites. These were spies, and he said, hey, I want you to spy out the promised land. So they said, okay, we'll do it. They snuck over to the city wall of Jericho, where there was a house they could stay, and it was perfect for spying because they could see everything. Now, this house was owned by a woman named Rahab. Everybody say Rahab. Good job. You're gonna have to remember her because she's pretty important. Now, the evil king of Jericho, he went to Rahab because he'd heard that there were spies staying on the city wall, and he said, Rahab, show me those spies. Where are they at? Here was his plan. I think he wanted to have them, make a little fall off the wall like Humpty Dumpty or something. He wanted to kill them, okay? Yeah, scary stuff. What do you think Rahab did when the king asked her where the spies were? I want you to raise your left hand if you think that she gave up the spies, and I want you to raise your right hand if you think that she hid the spies. If you raised your right hand, then you are absolutely right. She hid those spies. She lied to the king and said that they had already escaped when really they were hiding on her roof. And so once the king was gone, she lowered them through the window and they escaped, where they went back to the Israelites and planned their attack. Now, this was really, really dangerous because if Rahab had gotten caught by the king, she probably would have been killed. So the point is, she shared her home with these spies, even when it was hard, even when it was dangerous. Now, what would you do, boys and girls? What if you were Rahab? Would you share? Would you share even when it was hard? Would you share even when it was dangerous? You see, it's one thing to share when it's really, really easy, but what about when it hurts? Boys and girls, they say that you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. Well, I think it's also true that the sharing that matters the most is sometimes the sharing that hurts the most. So why should you share when it hurts? Why should you share when it's hard? Well, let's see how the story of Rahab ends. Remember that she helped the spies escape through the city wall, right? Well, here's what they did. They came back and they took this king, this evil king of Jericho, and they defeated him. And not only that, they took in the promised land for themselves, and they promised Rahab that she would have a portion of the promised land all to herself. See, God blessed her big time. Everybody say, big time. That's right, and it was all because she made a decision to share even when it was hard. Now I want you to remember this verse the next time you have a decision to make. A decision, should I share or should I not share? Luke chapter 6 verse 38 says, give and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over will be poured into your lap. The same measure that you give, it will be given to you. Did you hear that, boys and girls? God made a promise to you that when you share, even when it's hard, He'll see you, He'll honor you, and He will bless you. Now that blessing won't always happen right this instant, but if you wait for God, if you trust God, He will never disappoint you. He will always keep His promises. And that sounds about as good as those omelets smell. Are you guys ready? My goodness, look at those.
They turned out so good. But again, somehow we've made way too many, and it's just too much for just the three of us to eat.
We should share them, right?
Amazing.
She read my mind.
Incredible.
Gather the family.
Oh my gosh, boys and girls, I'm so glad we broke all those eggs because this smells delicious, and we're about to share these omelets together. But before we do, let's share our big idea. Boys and girls, you should know it by now. So stand up on your feet, come on. All of you, great, 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 great. All right, big idea on the count of 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. God gives it, I share it.
Never gonna give